In a quiet town surrounded by long roads and small houses, there lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel was kind, hardworking, and respectful, but deep inside, he carried one heavy problem: he did not believe in himself. Since childhood, Daniel had heard the same words again and again. "You are not smart enough. You will never succeed. Dreams are not for people like you." These words came from classmates, neighbors, and sometimes even from family members. Slowly, Daniel accepted them as truth. He stopped dreaming big and started living small. Daniel worked at a small workshop, repairing old machines. Every day he did the same work, earned little money, and returned home tired. At night, he often looked at the ceiling and wondered, "Is this all my life will ever be?" Deep inside, Daniel had a dream. He wanted to open his own repair shop, clean, organized, and known for honest work. But every time the thought came, fear followed. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if they are right and I am not good enough? So he stayed silent. One rainy evening, the workshop owner asked Daniel to deliver a machine to an old man who lived on the edge of town. The old man's name was Mr. Harris. He was known as someone who spoke little but observed deeply. When Daniel arrived, Mr. Harris noticed his tired eyes. "You look heavier than the machine you're carrying," Mr. Harris said calmly. Daniel forced a smile. "Just life, sir." Mr. Harris invited him inside for tea. The house was simple, but the walls were filled with old photographs, awards, and certificates. "Were you important?" Daniel asked without thinking. Mr. Harris smiled. "Once, I was nothing. Then I believed otherwise." Daniel stayed quiet. Mr. Harris looked at him and said, "You don't fail because you lack ability. You fail because you doubt it." Those words stayed in Daniel's mind like an echo. Before leaving, Mr. Harris gave Daniel a small notebook. "Write one thing every day that you did well," he said. "No matter how small." Daniel nodded politely, not fully convinced. That night, Daniel opened the notebook. After thinking for a long time, he wrote one sentence: "I fixed a machine that others could not." It felt strange, but also good. The next day, he wrote another line, and then another. Slowly, Daniel began to notice something important. He was capable. He had skills. He had value. A week later, a customer complained loudly at the workshop. Everyone stepped back. Daniel hesitated, then stepped forward and solved the problem calmly. The customer left satisfied. That night, Daniel wrote proudly in the notebook. Months passed. Daniel started saving money. He began learning more, asking questions, and improving his skills. He made mistakes, but instead of saying, "I can't," he started saying, "I'm learning." Finally, with fear in his heart and belief in his mind, Daniel rented a small empty room and opened his own repair shop. The first week, no customers. The second week, one customer. People laughed. Some said, "We told you so." Daniel felt the old fear returning, but this time, he opened his notebook and read every line he had written. It reminded him how far he had come. He did not quit. 1 year later, Daniel's shop was busy. Customers trusted him because he was honest, patient, and skilled. His name spread through the town. One evening, Mr. Harris visited the shop. "You did this," Mr. Harris said, smiling. Daniel shook his head. "No, I believed I could." Life lesson: the biggest prison is not poverty, failure, or lack of opportunity. The biggest prison is a mind without self-belief. The moment you believe in yourself, your actions change. When your actions change, your life follows. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need one person, yourself. So today, start believing. Even if your voice shakes. Even if the world doubts you. Because once you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you.